Hello there, this is Sammy33, and it's almost time for one of my favorite things to do on Twitch. Don't do it very often, obviously, because I have to have a big, massive window of time and need to be able to set sleep prior and after, but it's time for a big speedrun. My favorite, right here, Mega Man 1 to 11. Don't do it very often, it's a couple times a year. I really would love to get that time under 10 hours, because then I do it more. But because it is a struggle, I really try to do the best I can. So, it's Sunday, later in the week. I can't promise the day just yet, but it will come. Looking forward to doing it, and we'll see what happens. So I want to pull up the splits, just so we can see. For those that are not familiar with this, it is on the Legacy Collection, because ideally, in order for this to be an actual registered time, I'd have to use an emulated copy of the game, switching over. Using a compilation is not allowed, and then it also creates another problem for me because I do not have a Wii. If I had a Wii, I'd probably use the Wii. With the Wii, you have access of 1 to 10, I believe. But with the Switch, I have access to 1 to 11. Problem is, can't use the compilation because you have turbo added in, and that creates a little bit of an issue. It's fine. It's not the original copy. Do the best I can, though. Eventually, one day, I would like to do the Triple M. The Triple M. Masters, Mavericks, Mutos. Masters, the Robot Masters from the classic Mega Man series. Mavericks, Robot Mavericks from the Mega Man X series, and Mutos from Mega Man 0, 1 to 4. Altogether, that's a lot of games if you're keeping count. Technically, it's 24 games because I say 1 to 11, but Mega Man and Bass also is counted in there as well. So technically 12 classic games. There's 8 X games. Hopefully that'll change one day and we'll get X9. And there are 4 Mega Man 0 games. The ZX games, there's 2, I believe, do not count. So with that said, if you're looking here, remember my old computer motherboard fried. So this is what I have. You can see of the runs here. Basically, I have all the levels, when I complete Final Wily, when I have officially started, like the game has loaded. So in the case of Mega Man 2, when the game is loaded, and then going through the stage. So you can see this split is messed up here because it clearly is not 35-16. What it is, I don't know. It's not 35-16. 1 second, so I messed up the splits there. But you can see going through Boss Rush, Final Wily, bam, 10 seconds to switch to Mega Man 3, and continuing on. So this is an endurance run. These kind of speed runs are really interesting because do I know the games well? Yes. But when you're tired 8 hours into a run, it's a little bit different playing Mega Man 9, Mega Man 10 when I'm tired versus just starting out a stream and streaming it for 3 hours. So there is a lot going on here. You see Mega Man 5, starting Mega Man 6, jump into 7, and we'll just scroll all the way down. See, 11:03. That is when it's done. The cool thing is, with the Summit Best, you can see Summit Best is almost under 10 hours. So keep in mind, my motherboard was fried. I'd run this multiple times. I want to say 8. On this computer, I've only run it 2 times. So it's not as fresh as the number up top may indicate. It's any percent, so I'm able to do... Normally, I do zipless, but if I wanted to do zips, I could. I don't trust myself to do them, so I normally don't. So, see what we can do. But you can see, I want to get a sub 10. This is also part of the bet that me and Mason bet down here. I won't go into this tab in this video, but it is part of the bet and something that I would like to do. And I still need to set a record in all of the Mega Man 1 to 11 games. I'm really not happy with the 3 times, so I'm going to go back to 3 at some point. But Mega Man 4, we're pretty close to 47-14. I can feel it. One day we're going to get it, hopefully this week. We'll see. But I've already done some research studying some of the games that I have not set a time in. Just kind of refreshing myself and looking at my notes. You can see one thing that I use here is this. I don't use this all. I have a more detailed version. This is just basic for this right here in quick access. You can see the full run, bam. Don't pay attention to that. But I wanted to have that on the side at some point. This lets me know what items I need to get on certain stages. I'll have the rush played out at some point so I remember which ones I'm supposed to get. But here, just really simple. What is the boss? What is the weakness? And then when we get to boss rush, it's a different conversation because we have to look at stuff. But just basically all the boss, I usually have used weaknesses if it's just strictly the boss rush. And then I have each game broken down. So Mega Man 1, boom. Here, you don't have to do anything special here, just basic notes. But again, I have something a little more detailed of when I'm supposed to switch and paths to take, but this is just kind of general. I'm like Mega Man 4, just a general, this is the layout of the boss rush room. And then here, a fresh reminder of what I'm supposed to use in terms of weapons. So trying to do stuff. Mega Man 8, Mega Man 6, Mega Man 11. You see X4, because that's the only X game that I've run. So stuff like this. The funny thing is I have already know for a lot of this stuff, because some games, like really 9 and 4, I could put already know, because I know it like the back of my hand. But we're going to try to get there. That said, we can close this because I don't need that anymore. These are the times that I'm looking at here. So you can see 1 and 2 were set this year or last year. I have 3. I submitted it, but I actually canceled the submission because I wanted to get a better time. I think I can. And then 4 here, the 4714 I'm trying to beat. 6, 4315 I'm trying to beat. And then 5, 7, 8, and 11 I've not submitted a time for. That shouldn't be too hard to do by the end of the year. It's just getting a time I'm comfortable with. It's the intent. So we're gonna get that 1 to 11 run. This is a really short speed run video because really it's just to say, hey, we want a sub 10 hour and we're gonna take a shot at it. It's been a while since I've done it, over a year. I haven't done it in, I've not done it in Colorado. Yeah, I haven't. So we're gonna see what we do. And there will be multiple runs, at least right now while I'm out of action because of my shoulder. I might be able to sneak in another one relatively soon, maybe next month, we'll see. But I'm really curious to see how I do and what problems may show up. So I know I'm unfamiliar with some of the Mega Man games. I haven't run them in a while, and I'm looking at 7 and 8 specifically. But we'll see, maybe 6 too. We'll see when the time comes. Looking forward to it. Sometime this week we'll get that started. Once I have an official date, I'll announce it. And 2, I'd imagine probably the speedrun videos that will be on YouTube going forward are probably analyze and highlight that run. Obviously, I'm not going to put an entire, potential 12-hour, 10 to 13 hours on one video because that's insane. But I'll probably highlight, break it down by a couple of games, stuff that I did do well, stuff I didn't do well. And hopefully, by the end of the year, I'll be able to have a 10-hour run that I'm really, really happy with. But until then, I'll see you on the speedrun grind.